So it's just tripping me out how none of y'all don't recognize the games that's being played on us right now. The enemy knows that y'all like to smoke weed all day. They know that's the one thing that y'all are not gonna let go of. Y'all brag about it. You brag about, I'm smoking right now. I get high every day. You wake up, get high. You eat, get high. Get off work, get high. Before work, get high. Throughout the day, get high. They're manufacturing the stuff that you're getting high off of now, totally differently. A lot of y'all are starting to have heart palpitations. You're blaming it on stress. A lot of y'all are having all type of health problems now that you've never had before, and you guys are still not willing to let it go. All these things that are happening to your body that have never happened before, and y'all don't have the strength to let it go. Being addicted to za or weed, whatever you want to call it, is the same thing. It's like being addicted to cigarettes, being addicted to opioids. If you're doing something every single day of your life and you can't go without getting high, then that's an addiction. It's no way that you guys aren't seeing what's going on. That's why so many people are having heart attacks and heart palpitations now at a young age, and y'all refuse to believe it's the stuff that you're smoking. People are passing away from the Delta 9 gummies. They know that y'all like to get high. Y'all need to stop falling for this trick and get off. I'm telling you, man, if y'all don't get off of it now, you're going to end up being a victim. And you're going to be in the hospital somewhere saying, begging God when you had the chance to get off. Start using your head, man. Think smarter. So I already told y'all this same thing a couple weeks ago. There's something going on with the smoke. They're putting something new inside of the THC. This is another story from just a day ago. A heartbroken mother lost her son soon after he ate some Delta 8 gummies. That was my baby. That was my friend. New research is looking at a connection between THC and heart issues. So I don't know if you guys are waiting until it hits your corner before you listen, but I'm telling y'all there's something new that's being bioengineered into this stuff that's causing people to have heart problems. If you don't believe it, if you just want to wait until it hits your front door, then that's fine. Let that be you. But this is your warning from God. If you're dealing with anything that has THC in it, there's something new that they're bioengineering into this stuff that's giving you heart issues. I'm telling you, if you're having heart palpitations and heart problems, it's directly linked to this. Now, y'all can say whatever y'all want about Charleston White, but ever since he called Angel Reese what he called her, look how she's dressing now. She's fully clothed like a woman should be. Look at her. She don't got none of those pictures no more where she's showing off her breast and her behind. She took it personally. She needed it. Look at the difference in the way she's dressing now. You can still be beautiful without having your clothes off. And this is what Angel Reese is now showing y'all. Look how she got them long sleeves on. She's still the same Angel Reese. She's still the same. She's dressed totally different now. She's dressed more like a woman. She doesn't have to have her clothes off on the internet. Thanks to Mr. Charleston White. Y'all can say whatever y'all want to say about Charleston White, but I guarantee you all those words and whatever y'all think is hurtful that he said about her changed her in a positive way. She talked to her parents about this. She thought about what he was saying, and she incorporated all the things that he said, and now you get this finished product. The fact that a lot of y'all alleged gangbangers and rappers go on shows like this with Adam 22 and Vlad, tell me y'all ain't never stayed in the hood before. In the hood where I'm from, this would be easily recognized as the police. When the police send an informant in, this is how they send them in. Dressed like black people. It's obvious. It's obvious. Like, look at his demeanor. Look at his shirt. It's obvious that these people are the police. And the fact that you alleged hood rappers keep going on these shows tells me everything that I need to know. These people are culture vultures. They are not here for us. They aren't interviewing any country singers or none of that stuff on their mishaps. They're in hood business? Why are they involved in this? This was never allowed before. So why is this allowed now? If you get a chance to go outside today, I want you to look at some of our kids ride through, if you're in Atlanta, ride through the west side of Atlanta, down Martin Luther King and down Donald Lee Howe. And I want you to look at our kids. Look at how they're dressed. Look at how they have on ski masks. And just look at what they're standing around doing. Now, I want you to go any other place. Go near Georgia Tech area. Look at all other races of kids, white kids, Mexican kids, Indian kids. And I want you to see how they're dressed and what they're doing. And after you observe that, I want you to think about what type of future that we have. I want you to look at our elders. Look at how they're dressed. Look at what they're doing. I want you to look at all the other races of people and look at their elders. Look at how they're dressed. Look at how they're living a healthy lifestyle. And look at what they're doing. And I want to know what you think the future is going to hold. What we're doing as a people. You have grown women going back and forth with each other. And then we have grown men going back and forth with each other. These people are multimillionaires. Imagine how this stuff makes us look on an international stage. Women, even females 18 and 19, are getting BBLs because they're influenced by women who are in their 50s wearing ski masks at a beach. So our youth, all of them have on ski masks. This is what, no matter where you go, you see the same thing. Look at the other races, and this is what's going on. People who are going to employ your children, if going back and forth with each other, arguing with each other on the internet, everybody else. So I'm not buying this. It's funny how every single rocket that's shot up into space somehow blows up and fails to break the firmament. But somehow they were able to make it to space, come back through the firmament, come back down to Earth, and get it in HD. But all the pictures that we've seen of the moon look like they're from underwater. Now look at this. Does this look like a person's face who has fell down from space? Have you ever been on one of those rides at the fair that does an instant drop and you see how your heart drops? So you mean to tell me they were able to stay in there at speeds over 500 miles per hour and without passing out? I'm not buying this. Whatever they had inside of those parachutes, those astronauts weren't in there. And then the culprit of all of it is this guy. He looks like some type of alien that broke the plane and has failed to get back home. I'm not buying anything that Elon Musk is saying. This is a lie. So as y'all can see, JT has completed her final initiation. As you can see, everyone knows who this lady is right here on the left. She doesn't look like something from Earth, and we all know who this guy is here on the right. We all know that she's been dating Lil Uzi. I don't know what she has going on. I don't think the City Girls are together no more, but I see her still putting out music. I've already heard a rumor of JT saying that she doesn't believe in God. So it's obvious that she's switched over to the other side. Anytime you see her with these people, anytime you see anyone with these people, just know what it is. They've already done their initiation. If you see her starting to be successful and having actor roles in movies and all that stuff, this is the reason why. She went and paid her price and she picked a side. Yeah, JT is gone. So let's talk about how these two twin brothers in Georgia were found on the top of the peak of Bell Mountain. They were scheduled to be going home on a plane flight, but for some reason, they found them 90 miles away. On the same day they were supposed to be catching a flight home, they were found 90 miles away from Lawrenceville, where they live at, on the top of Bell Mountain. This is Bell Mountain. They were literally found here at the top on the peak of the mountain. Their wallets, phones, and everything were still inside of their vehicles. Now, I don't know what type of teenagers or college students leave their phones and wallet in the car while they go hiking. But there's something fishy about this story. And then on top of it, there was a firefighter caught taking pictures of their bodies on top of the mountain, and he's been sharing it all over social media. Their story is that the brothers went up there and one unalived one and then unalived himself. This is not the work of a black teenager. There's something fishy about this story. The same way there's something fishy about the story at Lake Oconee when the other two black people were found there, unalived. There's someone or people who are hunting us like they've always been. We need to start being armed and carrying everywhere we go. Don't feel comfortable anywhere around anybody. So I get on the internet this morning and I see Jess Hilarious with her manly, masculine ass on here complaining about her co-host Lauren, somebody who she introduced to the Breakfast Club show while she was pregnant. Now that she's came back and Lauren did a little bit better than she expected her to do, now she's jealous that they have her on during her segment, and she's worried about the internet comments. This is why it's so hard for black women to come up and to work together, because once you see someone doing better than you, you automatically get jealous, you get in your feelings. Now you're feeling some type of way, but you just recommended this person for the job. So now when your fans start saying they like the way that she explains the news better and says it better in detail, now there's a problem with it. Why is there a problem just because another black woman did successful who you recommended? This is why it's so hard for black women to be able to work together, because of reactions like this. These people really fucked us up. When you think about it, they made it popular for all of our women to believe in whole culture, the way that they're dressing. They made it popular to not be in a relationship, to not be married, to not have a family. They made it popular for our men to think it's cool, like it's a thing, like black on black crime is just a thing. They made it popular for our youth to walk around with guns, making rap songs and videos about killing each other, about disrespecting the dead. They literally destroyed our entire community. They put us in ghettos. They did the same exact things that the guy did to the Nazis. To the Jews. They did the same exact thing. They put us in ghettos and gave us loans for our homes more than what they were worth. And they continued to raise the property taxes to the point to where we could no longer afford them. So those same homes, they came back and bought those back even cheaper and put them in new ghettos. Just the repeating cycle that they've done to our people. They made no one believe in credit. We were doing things like, if we don't have it to pay in cash, you don't need it. They broke apart the families. They destroyed our mindsets. They made it cool for us to degrade ourselves, for our women to openly degrade themselves and their bodies. They made it cool to not want to be a parent, to abort your children. These are all things that were done to us. And we're all right now just moving in a trends and nobody's paying attention to it. Nobody notices. They made it cool for you to get drunk every weekend, for you to smoke weed and get high every single day of your life. They made this stuff cool and popular to the point to where people are recording themselves drinking and smoking on the internet. So before we get started, please excuse my language, but I don't know who in the fuck told y'all this was okay. This is G.A. Casanat. I don't know why you made this a trend amongst young men, but it wasn't you first who started this. This is who started this. Your auntie Snoop Dogg was the one who started all this GA shit. He intentionally started wearing female scarves. I don't know why he didn't just throw on a do-rag or a wave cap. That lets me know why he has the money and he's been successful as long as he has. But to my young men, this is not okay. Let's stop making this a trend. This looks not good. It looks GA. All of you, if you're thinking this is fashionable, it's not. Let's go back to being masculine men. Masculine men don't wear bonnets on their head. Leave women things for the women. And let's get back to this. You don't need a bonnet on your head. Go get one of these, tie you a knot in the back, and call it a day. But this right here, it must stop immediately. Now I understand why Trump wants to deport millions on millions of people. Some of it has to do with them being illegal, getting into the country. But when I think about it, a lot of people, basically every race of people who isn't of European descent, has went through some type of turmoil or something that's been done by white people to them, including the Haitian people, the black people, the Mexican people when they took Texas and California and Arizona away from them. We all have the same common enemy. If you listen closely to words, Trump said, if we don't do something about this, we're going to get obliterated. We all have a common enemy. So if this is just a hypothetical situation, imagine if black people, all the black people in this country were to revolt, just naturally, all the Mexicans are going to join in, all of the Haitians are going to join in, all of the Africans are going to join in. So he's trying to get as many of these people out of this country before those ideas come to pass. To everyone, let's stop focusing so much on conspiracies and all these different false and fake stories and different narratives that push into us on the internet, and let's get back to using our brains, 100% of our brains. Let's start thinking about our futures, our children, and society. We're so distracted by everything that's going on the internet. Nobody's actually paying attention to what's going on in reality. The reality is our children are not fit to carry on society for 100 more years. They're just not fit. They're totally distracted by music and entertainment and social media, and they're not developing any skills that are going to be needed to push forward our next couple of generations. Let's start getting our children back in the trades: plumbing, carpentry, construction, the medical field, being lawyers, doctors, nurses. This new generation is so far behind where we were, it's ridiculous. Let's please focus back on our kids or we're going to be in trouble. So I don't know if it's just me or if nobody else is seeing what's going on, but if y'all look at this new generation of young mothers, they're literally showing their asses on social media every single day. If you look at the pictures they're taking, the videos they're putting up, the clothes they're wearing, these are the same young women who are going to raise our next generation of children. You guys see how bad this current generation came out. Could you imagine how horrible our next generation of children is going to come out when they're being raised by this? Not saying that they don't have a chance to make it, but if you look at these young mothers and how they're dressing and how they're behaving and how they're acting, I just don't see too much of a future. I don't see any doctors or lawyers coming out of this. When they're seeing their mother parading around the house, recording videos, making twerk videos and things like that, I just don't see how you can get good results out of that. Is it just me or am I tripping? All right, so y'all might not know who this is, but this is the mayor of Atlanta. His name is Andre Dickens. I don't think that we've shown enough appreciation for what he's actually done since he's been in office. He's the first mayor that we've had in a long time, or the first anybody who's actually done so much to try to save the teenagers. So many different programs, summer work programs, the Midnight Basketball Club, the housing that he's built for the homeless downtown by Magic City. He's done so much. And now they're rebuilding Boeing homes to look like the area near Krog Street. He's really doing a lot for the black community. If you guys don't know who this is, I suggest you look into Andre Dickens and definitely re-elect him because he's done so much for the black community that's gone unnoticed. If you guys haven't noticed, he's done a tremendous amount of work. This is just an appreciation post to Andre Dickens, the mayor of Atlanta. North Carolina, South Carolina, California, Hawaii. They all have the same thing in common. They've all experienced wildfires in attempts to start smart cities. I want you guys to watch this video and see what they're trying to do to Myrtle Beach.
Details tonight on plans to turn Myrtle Beach into Meta Beach. It's all part of making the city a smart city using new advanced technology. Our Ali Espinosa joins us live from downtown Myrtle Beach tonight, and Ali, city staff are actually calling this the fourth industrial revolution. Talk about the ultimate upgrade. So what is
is this going to go on? The feminization of black men. Alabama college football star wide receiver Ryan Williams has signed an NIL deal with a nail polish brand, Sally Hansen. Honestly, I'm getting about sick of this, man. Every time I cut the TV on now, there's another black man with fingernail polish. Why are they trying so hard to push this agenda onto black males to the point where they're giving out NIL deals to wear nail polish? When did it become cool for men to wear nail polish? Young generation, this is not cool. This is a capital G, A-Y. This is extremely feminine. I hope everyone on the Alabama football team destroys you in the locker room. I hope the quarterback never passes you the ball again. I'm really hoping this is the end of Ryan Williams' career, because the fact that he signed himself up and took money and it's taking place as part of the agenda to feminize the black man is insane. This has to stop, people. So John Barnett tried to warn you guys on all this stuff with the planes that's been going on recently. He was a whistleblower against the company Boeing. He basically was stating that Boeing was skipping the inspection process and that there were a lot of different steps that they weren't doing, and they were basically paying people off to get everything pushed through a lot faster. Well, John, he was scheduled to basically go to some type of hearing on this matter. So he was in fear of his life, living at a hotel. They found him inside of his car outside of the hotel the same morning that he was supposed to testify. And there was a second whistleblower who has also been, you know what, and there was another one as well, and they all said they feared for their life. All three had warned the giant aircraft manufacturer had serious safety issues on the production line for planes like the 757 MAX and the 787 Dreamliner, the exact planes which take millions of us on holidays every. They tried to warn us before all of these record number of plane crashes, and we all know what happens once you speak out against these big companies. All right, so honest opinion, when you look at our children, how they're dressing, how they're acting, how they're talking, how they're wearing ski masks on their faces, how they're listening to drill music, how they have no care for their elders or history or education or even the future. And then you go to looking at every other race. You look at the Asian children, how productive they are, the white kids, how productive they are, the Indian kids, how productive they are, the Middle Eastern children, how productive they are. How are we going to have a future? Parents, it's time to seriously tighten up. Grandparents too. It's like we don't care about the future of our race. We're just floating along, and before you know it, we're going to be extinct, and nobody's going to tell us about the numbers. We're not even tracking the numbers of our own economy. Everything that we're doing is ran by the government. There's nothing that we have of our own. Nothing. So unless you guys are going to reinstill those values and take back your children, it's going to be really hard for us to be able to exist in the future. So if y'all ever wondered why our neighborhoods are like third world countries within a city, if you go to every black neighborhood, there's a check cashing place, a title loan place, a payday loan place, a liquor store, a church. There's nothing that's benefiting our neighborhood. Everyone in our neighborhood is being pimped. We're paying higher interest rate. We're financing furniture and paying 3 and 4 times the amount for the furniture. We're going to pawn things and taking only 10% to 20% of the actual value of those things. We're being pimped in every single way. Then you go right around the corner, 15 minutes to the 700 credit score neighborhood. You got sit-down restaurants, Whole Foods, LA Fitness, the yoga, Orange Theory. You got all these things for these people. You have all these things for their kids. It's a lot better environment, and nobody's being pimped. There's a 75% home ownership rate. But when you come over to us, our new generation is not owning homes. Everybody's living in an expensive, over their budget, beyond their means apartments. What is going on here, and why are we accepting this?